Hey YouTube, welcome to episode 10 of the gravel grader build. In this episode I'm going to cover the wiring of the switches on the dashboard of the tractor to the actuators on the trailer, or at least down to the plug on the tractor which connects to the actuators. While I was at JCar, I got some of these DP-DT switches, center off, on that way, it'll be the up and down. I'll include the wiring in the video, just in case anyone doesn't know how to wire these for reversing an actuator. Now I pulled out some bits of wire out of my scrap box. I've got a couple of DP-DT switches, center off. We'll cross wire them to make the actuators move in both directions. I found a inline fuse wire. I think I might use that for the power end of it. Let's get to work. Two, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, that'll do to start with. 12 would actually be good, but never mind. Beggars can't be choosers, we know that. Might have some more in my little electric straw if I have a look afterwards. Trouble with these things, from what I've seen, there's only 3 different sizes, but the size you want is never the size you got. The old cheapo crimpers, they're not the best, but they'll make it hold. Don't need a lot of wire there. Alright, and we wire him to the diagonal opposite. We'll strip the insulation off this centre section and solder the wire off to the actuator there. Now, next thing to do is to put another one on the other diagonal. Now, you don't have to, but it's a good idea if you can have 2 different colours of wire. This makes it a little bit easier, and that's actually a better size wire, that one. But I stripped him just a bit long. Tiny end off and retwist. Nicer wire to work with, this one's a bit finer. And I'm just going to match the length roughly to this other one. Near enough. I used to have some better crimpers than those. I don't know what happened to them. Might have broken, or they might be around somewhere. It just hasn't shown up since I moved. Okay, as I said, we cut some insulation off the centre of these wires, and they go off to the actuators via the plug on the trailer, of course. Right, I'll just do the other one up the same off camera. I'm just setting one of these up to demonstrate how you can control the actuator. So I'm just going to strip insulation off the centre section of one of these wires. This is somewhat easier if you cut the wire, but I decided I didn't want to do that just yet. I may end up cutting it, kind of doubt it. Right, now I need to hook up a few bits of wire for the purposes of the demonstration. I'll strip a bit off the middle of this other one. Right, that's got him. Got a bit stripped off here. Make a bit more so I don't have to twist. Same story here. A bit more than that. There's our actuator. I'm not going to go out and buy a plug for that, so that's of absolutely no interest to us. Get rid of him, get some wire out here so we can work with it. The outside sheath's a bit tough anyway. Strip a bit off him. Twist these together a little bit. Now, I'm not going to put insulation tape around that. I've laid them out separately and I don't plan to bump them. It's only 12 volt that I'm working with. And we have an El Cheapo battery charger as our power supply. Should do the trick quite nicely. Getting hooked up. All good so far. Right, see how it goes. There we go that way. Stop. Back that way. There's an automatic stop on these. Okay, there we are, stop. Back the centre off. Unplug the battery charger, so that's all that's needed to wire it up. So now it's just a matter of getting this set up, put over onto the tractor. This is a wiring diagram of the connections that we've just made. If you take the red lines as being the positive and the blue lines as being the negative, it's easy to see how the crossover that we've made allows the polarity to be reversed when the switch is in the opposite direction. And this is what allows the actuator to be moved in both directions. Let's strip these other two off as well. Get these off. Now we're finished with the test run. Now, if we are going to mount these same way, okay, what have I got the right size? Here we go. There's a bit of wire here somewhere that should be the right size. I'm just going to wrap that around there, give it a bit of a twist up, and then pull the wire out. Leaves us with that nice little hole there. Then, with any luck, I should just be able to put a dab of solder on him. And there you go, that's how we used to make these hooks on the end before you could buy the crimp-on ones. See if he's big enough to work. He can go on either side. If I had more colours of wire, I'd use a different colour for this job. You're going to be marginal. Ah, it goes through. Pretty near perfect. Same deal again. Give him a wrap around there. A little twist. All that out of the middle. And hit with the solder just to seal him up at the end. And I'm just going to loop this one over here. Right, now they're going to go in really close together. It won't matter if those centre those ones in the centre touch because I'm wiring them on a common wire anyway. That's going to go to the negative terminal, and I'll put a wire on these others and it will go to the positive terminal. And bonus, I found a fuse, an inline fuse. This is very much an overkill, but it is black and it will help me keep a bit sorted on what's happening. I like it green, that's too stiff for what I want. Alright, well, I'll wire this other one up with some of this. Green wire is still good for this job. The last one like this we need for the moment. Okay, now this one's going to go to the positive terminal, this one will go to the negative terminal. I'm going to use the brown wire, I think, to go to the negative. And before I do that, I better pull the dashboard off and just make 100% sure I know where I want to put that. I need to decide where to put these switches. Now my initial thought was if I put them there, they'd be nice and handy for my right hand. But I've got a fuel tank there, so that's not going to happen. Next thought was to put them over here, but then I think maybe I better pull this dashboard off and just see.
Well, YouTube, I didn't examine this job very well before I started it. I just had a quick glance at the dashboard, saw 3 screws, and decided that if I took them out, I'd be able to get in behind it. I spent the next 10 minutes trying to find a way to get the dashboard off after I'd taken the screws out, but I found that that couldn't be done without removing the steering column because the wiring looms behind it were so short that the only way to move it was to take the steering column out and slide it out of the way a little bit to see what was behind it. I didn't want to do that, so I then had to reassemble bits that I had taken apart and decide on another course of action. I'm not going to bore you with the details of all this, so the video is on super fast forward.
So that's going to be wired in there, so it's only got a really short run to this terminal and a bit longer run to that one.
Once I'd worked out where the switches were going to go, I could then go ahead and measure up the amount of wire I needed to complete the wiring harnesses from the switch to the battery and from the switch to the plug at the back of the tractor. I soldered it all together so the wiring harness was complete before I started installing it, and I enclosed the wiring from the switch to the rear plug in a protective cover just so that rubbing on the various parts of the chassis didn't wear through the wire and create a short. And an added bonus is that enclosing it in a protective cover makes it look a much more professional job. It looks pretty amateurish when you just tie the wire in place with zip ties or electrical tape. Thank you for watching the video. I hope I managed to make it clear exactly how to wire up the DP-DP switches so that the actuators extend and retract. As usual, there's a link popping up in the corner of the video and repeated again in the description below, where you can download plans for the build from my website. Don't forget to click like and subscribe for more. Until next time.